worried? After that game, we'll get to talk about all that on the show this lovely Monday morning. Good morning and welcome to Sport Fiesta reaching live from now 2.7 KUFM that here in Benin City. I'm the sports Berlusconi, Sanofi Francis, the Bracadabra Sports Alihu Ibrahim is here, and I will say Wika, the sports maestro as well. Guys, good morning. Let's start with USV. Khabib Nurmagomedov fought over the weekend on Saturday to be precise against Justin Gaethje. Everybody we're anticipating maybe much difficult encounter for Khabib. I was always in the corner of Khabib, but it showed to us why he should be the greatest. Like they said, in the next couple of years, should be inducted into the Hall of Fame. Right now, the USP.
Definitely, Khabib is going into the Hall of Fame, and right now, I think it is going to be the best rated, recognized, especially as the best pound-for-pound fighter in the UFC. It's amazing what he has been able to do. I wasn't particularly surprised by the results. I was surprised that he retired immediately, although I was kind of thinking that it could happen, but I did not expect it. I thought that he might not even have that fight with Justin Gaethje. That was what I was expecting, because his father, but I know how close it is to his father, and he may not want to fight again without his father, but he came out to say he was going to fight, but he did not tell us that he would retire. But immediately after he won the fight, he now explained that his mother, he promised his mother, because his mother said, I don't want you to fight without your father. And I took him 3 days to convince the mother before she eventually agreed, and he promised that this was going to be the last. He needed to come and honor his father's memory. And you could see the emotion after he choked out Gaethje. He was just weeping on the mat of the cage, and then Gaethje, a fantastic sportsman, came and consoled him, and afterwards he said, look, I've not had the time to really talk to you, and I understand the time that you're going to. And Khabib, being the dutiful son and a fantastic human being, was even advising Justin Gaethje that he knows how close Gaethje is to his team and his family and everything, but that he told him, please be close to your parents, because you don't know. You don't know when it's going to happen. This thing is going to happen. And I remember when I lost my dad in 2017, that was the first time I came on air, was the advice I was giving to everybody. You don't know. Be close to your parents, be close to your family, even your friends, because honestly, you are not guaranteed tomorrow. Yeah, we live by faith, we live in hope, and we pray that things work out the way we want. But I don't see where God has promised anybody that we are going to live until this certain number of years. We just have to keep praying and hoping that things will be the way we want it to be. But honestly, you do not know what is going to happen the next day. Even the next hour, you do not. Look at the upheaval all over Nigeria at the moment. Who could have predicted that 3 weeks ago this is what is going to be happening in Nigeria? So we've got to really, the people in your life are the most important. Honestly, it's not really about the money and everything. It's about the human beings in your life. So you've got to be close to them, because you don't know what is going to happen. But analyzing the fight itself, I think it's sad that we will not see Khabib again, because this was one guy that we all thought we thought his wrestling was really good. So he might give Khabib some problems on the mat, and we know that is Khabib's best attack, taking his opponent down, taking their legs down. But Justin Gaethje could do nothing about it. He attempted 3 takedowns. Justin only was able to fend off 1 in the first round, but even in that first round, Khabib still took him down, took away his legs, and was going to walk. But Justin was saved there by the time, because it was I think in the fourth minute that he was able to get Justin Gaethje down. They have 5 minutes in each round, so the buzzer sounded and he had to let go. The second half, 1 minute and 37 seconds into the match, even though Justin was attacking him, and that's one thing with Khabib. The way he presses you, the way he comes at you, he doesn't really give you any time to settle. And he took Gaethje down and went on his back, and that was just. I've not seen, and even Daniel Cormier, DC, who is a very close friend to Khabib, said he has not seen that triangle chokehold with which he put away Justin Gaethje. I have seen him try it in training, but he's never seen him do it in a match. I've never seen that. I've seen the rear naked chokehold. I've seen some other submission moves by Khabib, but not that triangle chokehold that he used, and it was just amazing. It's kind of like what the Undertaker does in professional wrestling, what he calls the Hell's Gates, and that was exactly how Khabib was able to check out Justin Gaethje. And even a tremendously conditioned athlete like Gaethje was unable to pull out of it. You saw he at one point he raised Khabib and attempted to slam him onto the canvas, but he just faded and he tapped. It's really unfortunate that the referee did not even see. He tapped 4 times. The referee didn't see until, and it was Khabib that was even telling the referee that, look, this guy is gone. He has passed out, before the referee looked at him and quickly tapped Khabib to release the hold. But look, Khabib, it's amazing. This is the best way to go. If you are going to retire the way he did. After beating, dominating, absolutely, the guy that many thought was going to give you problem. They said the unorthodox style of Tony Ferguson was going to be problematic for Khabib, but Justin knocked out Tony Ferguson, and because of the way he dispatched Tony Ferguson, people thought, oh, we said it, this guy is going to give Khabib some serious troubles. But look at the way he easily round 2 just choked out Justin Gaethje. And Gaethje, I've never seen any opponent who was so happy to lose, because he was full of praises for Khabib and was saying, look, the good thing about being choked out is that you don't even have any permanent damage. If you are punched out or you are knocked out, somebody keeps pounding you before you eventually submit or you pass out. But this time, when you are choked out, you just faint and you wake up and there is really no permanent damage to you. But because you want to show the heart of a champion, if you are being punched, you tend to, many boxers and MMA fighters, they tend to stand and absorb so much punishment. But if it is a chokehold, a submission move, then they can just easily pass out without being severely damaged. So for Khabib, congratulations. He lives with a perfect record of 29 fights, 29 victories in MMA. In the UFC, it was 13 fights, 13 victory, and he demanded that they should recognize him as the best pound for pound officially in the world. And somebody is having some sleepless nights about it, and I'm really surprised. John Bones Jones, who has now moved to heavyweight, he's just been complaining and saying things like he is the best pound for pound. I'm like, come on, even if you are going to complain about this, it is not this time. This is Khabib's moment. Don't take it away from him. Don't even try to bring any controversy into it. And people are already dragging him on Twitter because of some of the things that he said. But for Khabib, we will miss him, but this is the best way to go. Congratulations.
Fantastic fight he had, and he had a spectacular career. And to me, I think it could be regarded as the GOAT, considering the fact that he came and he had no defeat in his in starts. But then I think if not for the mother, he would have loved to carry on, and we would have loved to see the rematch with Conor McGregor. Though he has fought him before, he fought fighters with he fought against those styles. That's the truth.
He fought the best
strikers to decorated wrestlers, from knockout artists to submission specialists, and he beat them all. So what else do you want from somebody like Khabib? So he left when the vision was loudest, but then I think he has a whole lot to give. It could be, and it's an inspiration already to the young ones. Maybe he might decide to be in fighters' corner, just like what his dad did.
I think he's got 2 young sons. I don't know. Maybe he will want them to follow in his footsteps. So he could do to them what his father did for him, as train them to become. They come with him to the UFC sometimes. So maybe he will want them to follow in his footsteps.
So if he wants that, that means then he's going to be the coach and also try as much to do what the father did while he was alive. I think the emotions, honestly, it's not really easy for one to have one more fight before calling it quits because of the pressure from one's mother. Yes, I understand, but then I think he has done a whole lot. Honestly, his legacy speaks, a whole lot, and he made the Dagestani fighters believe in themselves and also coming to MMA, and they have been doing great stuff. So for me,
so many of them now.
Yeah, so somebody has to set the pace, and others have to follow. So I think Khabib has done a whole lot.
And when you look at, just imagine his last 3 fights in is it January or February, Dustin Poirier is going to fight against Conor McGregor. These are 2 massive names in the UFC. Yet, after Khabib submitted Conor McGregor, his next fight was who? Justin Poirier. Yeah, and he choked him out too, made him submit. And after that, he fought against Justin Gaethje, and he submitted him on Saturday. So there is nobody who's worth his salt in the UFC in his division that Khabib has not fought. The only person was only God knows why that fight, because they scheduled it 5 times, and every time something happened. It's either Tony Ferguson will have an injury or something, and the last time was because Khabib was caught up in Russia, so could not travel to the United States because of COVID-19, and then that's why they now had the interim championship where Tony Ferguson fought against Justin Gaethje, and we saw what Justin Gaethje did to him, and now Khabib came back and fought Gaethje and won. Now Gaethje, who said he didn't even really want the interim championship because Khabib is still out there, so that means Khabib is the real champion. He's fought Khabib, and he can see clearly that he was no match for Khabib. Now he wants to really chase the title. So let's see what happens when Conor returns. Conor, to his credit, has come out to praise Khabib, praise it tremendously, and said he still feels for him losing his father, and that the MMA, the UFC will miss him, but that he was ready to carry on. So it will be interesting to see what happens in the next couple of fights. But there were other matches in the UFC 254 in Yas Island, Abu Dhabi. We had Magomed Ankalaev taking on Ian Cutelaba, and it was Magomed who won this fight. Then as we told you, Khabib Nurmagomedov was able to submit Justin Gaethje. Then Robert Whittaker, and this fight is really interesting because Israel Adesanya, this is his division, the middleweight. So he had already defeated Robert Whittaker, and Israel said after beating Paulo Costa that if he wins, if Jared, the killer gorilla Cannonier, if he won the fight against Robert Whittaker, then he would give Jared Cannonier a shot at the title. But unfortunately for Cannonier, he was beaten. It was a unanimous points decision victory for Robert Whittaker. Whittaker is now saying that he wants another shot at Israel Adesanya. Well, I don't know, because I saw that fight, I saw their first fight, and I don't think his style can really trouble Adesanya. Alexander Volkov beats Walt Harris. This was also in the middleweight. It was a technical knockout, while Jacob Malkoum defeated Phil Hoyce. This was a technical knockout. In the women's flyweight, Lauren Murphy beats Lilia Shakirova. This was submission. Okay. And this was some of the fights that happened.
All right, from the UFC now, let's move over to the circuit. So let's quickly talk about Formula One.
But
I have a lot.
Since we are in combat sports, there was wrestling yesterday.
Okay. Let's just quickly take it. The time is on. Let's just pay this bill. Let's just quickly pay this bill. Quickly just take that wrestling and go to Formula One. Go to the segment sponsored by BetPay.
I'm tired of the poor power situation. Every time I stock the fridge, I come back to spoiled food.
My dear, I am tired too.
I think it's about time we go solar.
Go solar?
With Vertical Solar, we can go solar for as low as 36,000 naira monthly by paying in installments of up to 12 months.
Really?
Vertical Solar range of products can power household devices such as televisions, fridges, air conditioners, microwave, water pumps, electric iron, washing machine, and lots more. With extensive pay in installments plans up to 12 months with 10 years warranty.
Wow, what are the benefits of solar energy?
We are talking uninterrupted power supply, no monthly electricity bill, zero noise and smoke emission, and reduced generator maintenance cost.
Where is Vertical Solar located?
Number 28, Country Home Motel Road off Ajib Junction, Sapele Road, Benin City. You can call them on 0816 170 1105 or 0703 623 4843. You can also send them an email on info@verticalsolar.com.ng.
Vertical Solar, your lifetime power partners.
Plenty there to win for the 9 Mobile Mega Millions promo. 90 people go home 1 million naira every day for 90 days. 2 people go win smartphones every hour, every day. The one wasted pass, now the 10 million naira grand prize. If you not be 9 Mobile customer, move, come outside or buy a new line. In addition to the plenty millions and smartphones, we customer you with 1 gigabyte plus 500 naira airtime instant plus up to 100% data bonus for malaria. Recharge 200 naira and above. Make you for the win. Promo starts August 10 and ends November 7, 2020 and is approved by FCCPC.
9 Mobile.
Malaria don't anybody. Now the time don't reach. Malak go show and win. Oh yeah, show malaria win. Say bye bye to malaria.
Them don't reach make you collect your mumu potion for malaria hand with Malak, the better medicine from May and Baker. We don't they make products past 75 years. Malak contain dehydroartemisinin by paraquin, where they work inside body for up to 6 weeks and they stop malaria from knocking you glass bones. All you need do now to take 3 tablets for 3 days and the medicine goes summer the malaria come out your body sharp sharp. Now the power of Malak be that. Malak, your control button for malaria. If the pharmacy way they near you. If symptoms persist after 3 days, make you go see a doctor. A product of May and Baker.
All right, thank you for so much for staying with us, rather. Let's quickly just take the result from the Helen is there?
Yeah, Helen is 2020. I can tell you that some championship titles have changed. And Barrister Philip Otobo, I know you've been asking this. Is Drew McIntyre still the champion? Yeah, he was the champion until yesterday, but he was beaten by Randy Orton in Hell in a Cell. Look, we don't have time to go into the details of everything. I'll just be giving you the result. Randy Orton defeated Drew McIntyre, so Randy Orton is now the WWE champion. He hit Drew McIntyre with an RKO. Then we have Bobby Lashley defeating Slapjack by submission to retain the United States Championship. And the SmackDown Women's Championship has changed hands. Sasha Banks was able to beat her former best friend Bayley by submission, and so Sasha Banks is the new SmackDown Women's Champion. The Miz defeated Otis by pinfall, and that means The Miz is now Mr. Money in the Bank. And you know how we've explained the Money in the Bank contract. You can cash it in at any time and win. And with The Miz being champion, you know, being Mr. Money in the Bank, you know how crafty The Miz can be. So just expect that he will be cashing in that contract anytime soon. Elias defeated Jeff Hardy by disqualification, and then R-Truth beat Drew Gulak by pinfall to retain the 24/7 championship. And finally, the one everybody has been waiting for, the Hell in a Cell I Quit match, Roman Reigns versus Jey Uso. So Roman Reigns won this match, but I tell you, there was so many highlights from this encounter. Roman Reigns beat his cousin Jey Uso so badly that even they were begging him to just, okay, let us just declare you the winner, but he refused. He said Jey Uso has got to acknowledge and say I quit. And eventually the twin brother Jimmy came and said he would submit on behalf of his brother so that Roman Reigns can stop the attack. Roman Reigns then started crying. They shook hands and told him, look, I never wanted to do this and everything, but he still put Jimmy Uso in a bulletin. And because Jay was seeing what Roman Reigns was doing to his brother, Jey Uso had to acknowledge him as the tribal chief, and he quits. And later, Alpha and Sika, by the way, if you follow professional wrestling for a long time, you know Alpha and Sika, the Wild Samoans. Sika is actually the father of Roman Reigns. So they came and they acknowledged Roman Reigns as the Lay, that is the tribal chief of the Anoa'i wrestling family. So some of the stuff that happened on Hell in a Cell last night.
Okay, from the comments, but now let's just fasten our seatbelt and hasten things now. Let's go to the achievement of Lewis Hamilton. His 92nd victory as far as the Formula One is concerned. Now he's not standing alone, head and shoulder high over his contemporaries right now, because the other ones, I just made mention of the number 3. The others that are 1 to 5, they've long retired. The 1 second to him has long retired. We're praying for him to get back to working and contributing from the sideline to Formula One. Talking about Michael Schumacher, but what this young man has achieved thus far is incredible. He's just 2 races away from equaling the 7th championship, and could further even extend it next season should he drive very well and the Mercedes are still on top. We know Ferrari might not be that too competitive next season. I'm expecting the competition to come from Red Bull. Okay, this man is 92, standing on L alone, and he is on course equaling that 7th championship with Michael Schumacher.
Yeah, I see him doing that, and I see him getting to 100 and even, surpassing that 100 and going on to also stand alone as the best driver, to win, the first driver to win 8 championships. So for me, 2 races, this season, he equals that of Schumacher. Then next season, with what he's doing so far and the kind of car he's driving right now, if he maintains this kind of relationship with Mercedes going into next year, I know it's going to be competitive next year because maybe as Mr. Vettel, that is when we are going to see his best. And other drivers will also want to give Lewis Hamilton the top 5, but Lewis on his own, I think the Britain is always ready anytime, any day to go out there. Whether he starts on pole, whether he starts second on the grid or third on the grid, wherever he starts, he has made us to believe that yes, no matter where you start from, it all depends on your concentration, your determination, on how prepared you are and what you are expecting. So I think he has done a whole lot, and a whole lot awaits him. So for me, right now, he's the best, amongst the rest as far as Formula One is concerned.
So
yeah, I don't think any of these current drivers can do anything to stop Lewis Hamilton. Right now he's on 256 points. He's won 8 of the 11 races that we've had this season. The closest to him is Valtteri Bottas, who finished second yesterday, his teammate, who won just 2, and he's on 179 points. So it means that Lewis Hamilton can actually lose 3 races and still be crowned champion. Yeah, and that's assuming Valtteri Bottas wins those 3 races. Look, Lewis Hamilton will be champion at the end of this season, except of course the Almighty wants to tell us something. that's
I think 130 points left for Graf right now.
Yeah, and I think there are 5 races left.
Yeah.
Yes, and he's more than he's 77 points ahead of Valtteri Bottas, and you get 25 points for that. That is if you win. That the way this thing will even have any relevance. If Valtteri Bottas wins the next 3 races and Lewis Hamilton does not get points,
he can relax. He can just relax.
He can even say, "I know the
next he will still be ahead.
He will still be ahead
with 2 points.
I
love this kind of life.
I think it depends on how they will live it. He might just need 1 race. He might if he wins and Valtteri Bottas does not finish high up, the rest might just be all over. So
true.
And for Lewis Hamilton, it's amazing. It's amazing, really, what he was able to do. And one thing I like about him is he's not just this superb sportsman. He's also an activist. He has been actively campaigning against racism, against police brutality in the United States, even in Nigeria. Yesterday, you saw what he was, Nigerian flag, green, white, green, and then there's the hashtag NSAS. But not that you should be told that they have officially ended SAS. So maybe we will now be campaigning for other things. He will help us to advocate for other things, good governance, end hunger in Nigeria, no hoarding of that we can really move forward. But I just love Lewis Hamilton, his competitiveness. Even his father was saying, look, his son has got this intensity about him that if you go up against him, it could emotionally frustrate you, and that's why maybe Nico Rosberg even quit when he was at Mercedes. But congratulations to him, he's been able to win. Let's hope he continues this fantastic trajectory. He said he's even amazed that people are mentioning him in the same sentence as Michael Schumacher, because these are people that he idolized when he was Ayrton Senna, Michael Schumacher, and Ayrton Senna, his idol, won just 3 championships. He has already won 6, gone in for his 7th. And now it means in the history of Formula One, nobody has won more races than Lewis Hamilton, 92. And as Agosta said, I think it's obvious that before he retires, he will go over 100.
We'll enter football now, and we'll of course enter the segment sponsored by BetPay. Before we start taking those results and reactions from the games over the weekend, we just take selected ones and take a look at the comprehensive results. Let's quickly take this message from BetPay.
It's time to win very big. Feel the excitement at www.betpay.ng, the sports betting company that rewards you whether you win or lose. Stay on top of the action wherever you are. Get the best odds, 150% deposit bonus. Cash out anytime. Accumulate your bonus. You can deposit and withdraw instantly, 247 and much more. Register now at BetPay to start winning. You can also become a BetPay agent and earn fantastic commissions and bonuses. Visit www.betpay.ng. BetPay. You stay, we pay.
After yesterday's game, the last one, especially where Arsenal were beating, and even the first game actually confirmed this, Arsenal can now celebrate the invincible day. Okay? Because all the Premier League, just week 6, for some like United, Man City and other, is just week 5 for them. They've all been beaten. The only thing that was still kind of savaging that invincible thus far, it was Everton, and unfortunately they lost 2-0 to Southampton yesterday. So Arsenal can now celebrate that. This is at least nobody will go with the invincible or competing with them that we will go the entire season unbeaten. But let's pick 1 or 2 games from England and 2 from Spain and Italy before we take a look at the comprehensive results, guys. Let's start with the game we were looking at before we left the studio on Saturday. Manchester United and Chelsea played, ended in a goalless draw. Fantastic game. I enjoyed myself all through. I mean, Chelsea couldn't score, Manchester United couldn't score. But how grateful, if you guys were a Chelsea fan or a technical personnel of Chelsea, how grateful will you be this morning that you signed Edward Mendy with those saves, those fantastic saves that he made?
Yeah, I was so grateful for it to be Chelsea's manager, because even the fact that the young man from Senegal was, kind of given to them, or his transfer was discussed, by Peter Cech, who also, kept for Rennes before moving to Chelsea. But he has proven that, yes, apart from
you saw that ball. I think it was the last shot from Marcus before the game ended that even Ole was already celebrating. But when the reverse camera, the back camera, took us through the slow motion, he kept focus. He wasn't watching the lads at his front. He was watching the ball. Marcus Rashford movement. The way he timed it. Like I said, Frank Lampard already thought it was a goal. Even Ole Gunnar was already celebrating. Marcus Rashford, because everyone was like, this is a goal. But his concentration, his focus was 100%, and he kept the ball out of the net. Fantastic.
You know what he wanted to do in order for him to keep Kepa, on the bench. So that's what he's doing right now. There was one deflected shot that he saved, not against Manchester United, but that ball, it could beat any goalkeeper in the Champions League. It could beat any goalkeeper. But sometimes when you have these goalkeepers with sharp reflexes and they are doing great stuff, it keeps increasing their confidence.
I think it would be fair, and I don't think anybody will argue if you say, look, if it had been Kepa Arrizabalaga in goal for the last 3 matches, Chelsea will have considered at least 1 goal, maybe 2 or even 3. Seriously, because you look at, since they came, it's only that match against Liverpool in the Carabao Cup. That he considered a goal. I thought we will not count the penalty shootout. The 3 other matches that he's played in the league, Chelsea have kept in the league and Champions League. Chelsea have kept clean sheet. So it's amazing. But again, he also almost made a mistake, the same kind of Kepa situation when he was giving the back pass and put the ball, almost passing the ball into his leg. And that's why I have criticized seriously this back passes. I don't understand why players think it is okay to do it. Not just Chelsea. I'm seeing it in almost everything. And I'm wondering what is happening. What kind of footballing philosophy is that? What do you mean you have to play from the back? Play from the back and you're not doing it well? What happens to that old no-nonsense kind of defending? What we call devil come off my house. Ball is coming and you are in the defense. You just it ensure that it goes way above the halfway line. But this time we've seen it several times. They are attempting to play from the back. The goalkeeper ends up passing, making a wrong pass, and they take we've seen it happen to
several times
to different teams. So I'm wondering what's going on in world football these days. I'm not a fan. If you are going to do it and it's smooth, it's okay, it's beautiful, fine, play from the back.
You have to
but
be sure.
If you cannot do it properly, do the safe thing. Just kick the ball. Let it get out of your 18 as at that time. You can now fight and get possession again. So I hope our Nigerian coaches will not fall into that and start playing from the back.
We can't just.
You will now
we can't do that.
Be considering goals. But for Edouard Mendy, well, if you know his story, you will understand why he's like that. He can't. This was a guy that was working in a factory a couple of years back. He said he didn't even know. He had a son, a child on the way, and his footballing career was not going anywhere. At one point, he was even living on food stamps. You know, so and being from Africa, from Senegal, you know.
We know the story. We know the story, right?
He knows. I'm sure his entire village depends on him at the moment. So he wants to. He needs to succeed. And he needs to really be at the very top of his game, and that's what we are having. Somebody who was working in a factory a couple of years back, today is playing in the Champions League.
With Chelsea Football Club. I'm playing the Champions League with any other football club. One of the biggest football clubs in the world. Let's stick with Chelsea before we take a look at Man United. What happened to the front line? They didn't really trouble De Gea. De Gea just had a fantastic day against Chelsea. He made almost fantastic saves that we can make.
The 90 minutes. It was just one shot on target for Chelsea. And you know who had that shot on target? It was Reece James when he had that where he attempted to catch David De Gea off guard. I think the problem is the formation and the strategy, maybe the instruction that Frank Lampard gave them. Chelsea appeared afraid to attack Manchester United. I think they just wanted to concentrate and ensure that, look, we should not concede. We have 5 defenders on the pitch. Forget it, 4-3-3 that they were telling you. You had 5 defenders. Cesar Azpilicueta, Thiago Silva, Kosuma, Reece James, and Ben Chilwell. Are these guys all not defenders? You have 5 defenders. Yes, so, and when you play that way, I've seen them play 3-5. 3-4-3, and they've even beat Manchester United using that formation. But this time it seems there was clear instructions: do not attack too much, so that you don't leave your back. You must ensure that you always come back to defend. That's basically what happened. So Lampard, I think he succeeded. Last season, the thing was Chelsea had no problem scoring goals. The problem was always in the defense. Remember when they started buying attacking players, people were saying, look, Chelsea's problem is not scoring goals. It has always been at the back. So you need to concentrate. And this season, against West Bromwich Albion, what happened? They scored 3 when they really needed to attack. But they had considered 3 already, because of shoddy defending. Against Liverpool, they considered 2. Against Southampton, they considered 3. Even though the attackers did what they were supposed to do. They were 2-0 up at one point, and before you know it, it was 2-2. Then they got another goal, and still in the last minute, Southampton scored. So I think the instruction from there, and that's why you see what against in the Champions League, Villarreal, Sevilla, it was goalless. The attack defended very well because they were just concentrating on the defense. So maybe now that he can see, okay, our defense is better than what it was, then he can now think about concentrating on the attack, because you've got you can't have Christian Pulisic, Kai Havertz, Timo Werner, and in 2-3 matches
you are not so that they won't say we are deflating from their good work on the day. Should we say United defense were just fantastic? That's why Chelsea attack looks so
no.
Not really.
I think we've said it before. Chelsea even should have got a penalty. I don't.
No, that was wrestling.
Wrestling is even good. It was UFC. That's the submission move. That's called the rear naked chokehold. VAR checked it and did not give it. So it's just Rodriguez. Manchester United defense did a good job, but how many times did Chelsea even really attack them?
Yeah, I mean, Pulisic couldn't penetrate the defense.
When you're playing him from the right and you play can have it.
If there's any weak link in the back line of Manchester United, it's from the left-hand side, especially when you play Luke Shaw and Maguire is there. He
didn't. Frank Lampard did not. And when you were to change, look at the people that he brought on. Tammy Abraham and Mason Mount. The moment he did, I just said, look, Frank Lampard would be happy to go away with a goalless draw. Seriously. Because if you were really serious about getting a goal, even if you are going to remove Timo Werner because he had a poor game, maybe because of he didn't have much supply, the person logical that you should have brought on will have been Olivier Giroud, and then you bring on the Moroccan wizard Hakim Ziyech. The 3 weeks ago when they were playing the international friendlies, Hakim Ziyech played 30 minutes for Morocco. His first match back from the injury and whatever. Even when he was telling us that he was fit, Frank Lampard was telling everybody that he's not fit.
Yeah.
He went to Morocco and played 30 minutes. Since he came back to Chelsea, how many times has
he hasn't even played that?
He has not played more than 15 minutes in one game. He brought him on in the Champions League late on. The same thing he did against Manchester United. So really, I think it is Frank Lampard is afraid to concede goals, and that's why he's kind of holding back his attacking players.
I'll take this quick break now.
Them say no time to check time, but this is not time to hammer. You don't try bet pay, they go reward you whether you win or lose. Remember, say 150% first deposit bonus, they wait for you. You fit cash out anytime. You fit deposit and withdraw instant 24/7. And many Ogmo get things full grand though. Yourself fit become bet pay agent and you go they get Ogmo get bonuses. Oh yeah, sharp go to www.betpay.ng. Bet pay, you stake, you pay.
Thank you so much for staying with us on the show this morning. Of course, there was no party after party for Arsenal this weekend. Thomas Partey couldn't stop that goal from going to the back of the net from Jimmy Vardy. Fantastic veteran scoring for them. Now, quickly, let's move to Spain and talk about the El Clasico, one of the biggest games that happened over the weekend. And the lost 3-1 Barcelona. What is the way forward now, quickly, guys?
Yeah, the way forward is for Ronald Koeman to assemble his players and see how far it can go this season. Yes, Madrid are still the champions, and with what they did over the weekend, it gives Madrid that confidence of retaining the title. So for Ronald Koeman, well, his first season with Barcelona, he was a legend as a player, but he's a legend, as for Barcelona. But will he be able to beat Zidane to the title? A big question. Zidane, not that it's perfect, but with what he did,
I think the way forward for him is to stop talking and start working. He's talking too much. He's too much in the press, talking about this, talking about Messi. He's not in his best form and everything. Even before the match, before the El Clasico, we had Gerard Piqué talking about the team and saying he's not happy at the way Lionel Messi was treated and everything. So I think the manager, when you come into a club like that and you have seen the problems that the club has faced, you want to shake things up a bit, but you don't just start going to the press and talking. It's distracting the team.
Okay, let's go to Germany and talk about Robert Lewandowski. We can't just stop talking about him.
And he did some scoring too.
Yeah. Breaking record over the weekend.
Fantastic one for him. He's the best as far as the Ronald game is concerned.
All right. Is this a season now moving to Italy that we're going to see Juventus not winning the Scudetto? Because it hasn't been a fantastic season for them. They were head to a 1-0 draw by Hellas Verona over the weekend. So is this a season that we cannot see Inter Milan, Napoli, or any other team from the Serie A will win after I think 8 or 9 consecutive seasons?
Yeah, it's possible. This season, I think AC Milan, they are going to go for that title because since the start of the COVID-19, that was last season. Before this season, they were fantastic and the same form. They've been on that same form. And right now, they are top of the Serie A. So if they continue this way, I'm sure they might go on to be the champions. But Napoli and other clubs are also chasing the same Scudetto.
Okay, all right, guys. We'll analyze more of this football. A lot to be spoken about the games that happened over the weekend. We just wanted to highlight some of these games so that we can take the comprehensive results now and take a look at your messages. So let's have the result. Let's start from the English Premier League that started over the weekend on Friday, to be precise, with Aston Villa losing to Leeds United.
Yeah, that match ended 3-0 in favour of Leeds United. Then on Saturday, West Ham United and Manchester City played at a 1-0 draw. Fulham at home lost 2-1 to Crystal Palace. Manchester United and Chelsea drew goalless, while Liverpool enjoyed a 2-1 win over Sheffield United. Then on Sunday, Southampton ended Everton's unbeaten run, winning that game 2-0 at St Mary's. Wolverhampton Wanderers and Newcastle United played at a 1-1 draw. Then Arsenal at 10 minutes lost 1-8 to Leicester City for the first time in 47 years.
Let's go to the Spanish La Liga now.
All right, the Spanish La Liga Santander quickly.
Defeated Valencia 2-1. That game happened on Friday. Like we told you, Barcelona lost their game to Real Madrid 3-1. Sasuna defeated Athletic Bilbao 1-0. Sevilla lost at home to Eibar 1-0. Atletico Madrid defeated visiting Real Betis 2-0. On Sunday, yesterday, Real Valladolid lost at home to Deportivo Alaves 2-0. While Cadiz and Villarreal settled for a goalless draw. Getafe lost at home to Granada 1-0. While Real Sociedad, top of the La Liga table, now defeated visiting Huesca 4-1.
All right, to the German Bundesliga, we started on Friday. Stuttgart and FC Cologne played at a 1-0 draw. Then on Saturday, Bayern Munich spanked Eintracht Frankfurt 5-0. Mainz 05 at home, we were beaten by Borussia Mönchengladbach 3-2, while RB Leipzig defeated Hertha Berlin 2-1. Elsewhere, Union Berlin and Freiburg settled for a 1-0 draw, while Borussia Dortmund enjoyed a 3-0 win over Schalke 04. And on Sunday, it was Wolfsburg 2, Arminia Bielefeld 1, Werder Bremen 1, Hoffenheim 1. Later tonight, Bayern Leverkusen will take on Augsburg.
Let's take this message right back.
The 2020-2021 Premier League is here. It's time to win big. And the best way is, of course, getting yourself a jersey so that you can identify yourself with your favorite team. We at www.betspay.ng want to give our punters the opportunity to win a football jersey of their choice. 10 replica jerseys to be worn each week for the next 4 weeks. To participate and win, visit www.betspay.ng to register. Place a bet of 200 naira. The more bets you place, the more entries you get into the draw. 10 winners will be chosen at random in a draw every Monday. All winners will be contacted. Follow us on our social media pages with your username and ticket number to qualify for the draw. On Instagram, find us at BetPayNG. On Facebook, find us at www.facebook.com/BetPayNG.
All right, thank you so much for staying around with us. Okay, let's take a look at the Italian Serie A.
All right, the Italian Serie A started on Friday. It was Sassuolo 3, Torino 3. Then on Saturday, Atalanta at home were beaten by Sampdoria 3-1. Genoa also lost 2-0 to Inter Milan, while Lazio defeated Bologna 2-1. Then on Sunday, Cagliari enjoyed a 4-2 win over Crotone. Benevento at home were beaten by SC Napoli 2-1. Parma and Spezia settled for a 2-2 draw, while Fiorentina enjoyed a 3-2 win over Udinese. The reigning champions, Juventus and Hellas Verona, drew 1-1. Later tonight, AC Milan at the San Siro will play host to AS Roma.
All right, in the French league, it started on Friday. Rennes lost at home to Angers 2-1. On Saturday, Lorient lost at home to visiting Marseille 1-0, while Paris Saint-Germain defeated Dijon 4-0. Yesterday, the Lens and Nantes game postponed. Bordeaux defeated Nîmes 2-0. Brest lost at home to visiting Strasbourg 3-0. Metz defeated Saint-Étienne 2-0. Montpellier lost at home to Reims 4-0. Nice and Lille settled for a 1-0 draw, while Lyon defeated visiting AS Monaco 4-1. Okay, we'll go for the final break from this segment sponsored by BetPay.
If I put this one, I get 500,000. If I put this one, I get 1 million.
Which one will you talk to yourself like this?
Never your BetPay. For BetPay, they go reward you whether you win or lose. Remember, say 150% first deposit bonus they wait for you. If you deposit and withdraw each counter 24/7, and many of them get package full ground, go register for BetPay and start to win.
Person fee be agent?
Yes, now if you become agent and then you go to get bonuses. Oh yeah, go to www.betpay.ng.
BetPay, you stay. We pay.
All right, thank you so much. Okay, let's quickly just dive into the text messages now. Let's take a look at what our fans are saying. How many we can take in the next maybe 2, 3, or 4 thereabout.
All right, this one reads, "Good morning, sir. Please, Mr.
Ibrahim, the grabbing and pulling of Chelsea player inside Man United 6 years back, was that not supposed to be a penalty? Please help me, George from St. Saviour. Well, George, we've already said that it should have been a penalty. I mean, I don't understand. Even fans of Manchester United have said, look, this ought to have been a penalty. Good day, Sports God. Wish Manchester United good luck. Okay, Elvis from Lucky. I think he sent this before the match against Chelsea. Good day, man. Predicting Manchester United to win that match. Let's see. Don't think these old players don't really have the hunger for anything anymore because they think nothing they never see. Me tire. Thank you, sir. Not quite sure what you're talking about there. Ozil's problem isn't his comment about the China Muslims. He made that comment in December and played under Freddie Lundberg and then 10 straight games under Arteta before football was stopped in March. Let's follow the timeline. Ozil should be honest with himself.
Okay, let's take one more.
Francis, don't think too much against Bayern Munich. They were beaten in possession and scoreline from Ejon. Bayern Munich were beaten. What was it say? Maybe he was referring to something else, but certainly not the last weekend.
Okay, this is where we have to draw the curtains now on the show this month, but don't worry, we'll be back by 4 p.m. Then we can talk about the Bayern Munich and all other football stories on our program, Balls on Fire. But before we go, let's take the final whistle this morning.
I'm happy for him. He deserves every victory he had. I'm sure he will get 100. I don't think you can praise him enough. 4-time champion and Ferrari driver Sebastian Vettel pays tribute to Lewis Hamilton after winning the Portuguese Grand Prix on Sunday. And that's the final whistle on the show this morning.
Of course, like I said, we'll be back later in the evening. Have a safe, wonderful day ahead, and bye-bye.